Hey there, FlatRateQuote fans. Today I want to show you how to summarize QuickBooks Online detailed P&L data and detailed balance sheet data into averages that can be used within FlatRateQuote.com. You ready to get started? Let's go. All right, here's the homepage for FlatRateQuote. What we're going to do is go down here to how to use FlatRateQuote. And here you'll see a couple of videos. This one is a video about how to get started with FlatRateQuote. And then this one is the video about, it's actually the video that I'm creating here, how to use the Summarizer tool. Up here, you'll be able to download the Summarizer tool. So click there. When you first open the Summarizer tool, this is what you'll see. This is where we will have the data summarized and the averages. Now, I have some sample data preloaded that helps this tool work better. So right now it's showing we have a grand total of 2 accounts and 2 accounts. Let's go ahead and fill in the data. In order to do that, you'll need to fill in the detailed balance sheet and the detailed P&L. And I have copies of those here. So here's the balance sheet. So let's come here, we'll do Control-Shift-End, and now I'm going to hold Shift and go up 1, just so I don't grab this merge cell. I'll show you in just a minute what happens when I grab that merge cell. So I'm going to copy this, copy, and I'm going to drop that into the balance sheet here. And then the P&L, here I'll show you what happens when we grab that merge cell. Really, it's nothing except we get a warning. All right, Control-Shift-End. I've got the merge cell down here, so copy it, come into here, and paste. This just gives me a warning that I dropped a merge cell into a table, so click OK. Now, I'm going to update this sheet by going to Data, Refresh All. Now we're going to wait for a moment while that data processes in the background and then updates these tables. Okay, that took about 15 seconds. If you do the refresh all and nothing happens, go ahead and do it again. Sometimes it takes twice. All right, but this gives us good data to use inside the tool. What we have here is monthly averages. Monthly averages across all accounts. So we have the balance sheet accounts and the P&L accounts. All right, let's get this data into the tool. All right, here we are inside FlatRateQuote, and we're going to add a customer using the data that we pulled over here. Let's come here. This company is called SummaryCo. They're at 123 Main Street in Lexington, Kentucky, 513. This overview information is not related to the chart of accounts, so I'm going to skip that for now. Here we have chart of accounts, and over here it says in the chart of accounts we have 56 active accounts. So I'm going to put that here. This right now is not showing any fixed assets. I know that this client's books are incomplete and that they have 20 fixed assets. So I'm going to add that. This shows that this client has about 23 revenue transactions in a given month. So let me put that. And then payables. Where's payables? Right here. So this shows 1. But I actually know that they have about 15 payables. So just from my interview with the client, I've got that. Okay, sales tax filings. We don't have any of those. And sales tax journals, no. For historical cleanup, we'll leave that off for now. All right, let's get into the main questions. So the very first question, does your client have accounts linked for automatic bank feeds? I do know that all of their checking and savings accounts are tied to automatic bank feeds, so I'm going to click yes. All right, we start out, how many bank accounts? Well, this client has 1, 2, 3 bank accounts with a total of 112 transactions on average in a given month. So I'm going to put 3 and 112. Credit cards, they have here credit cards and those. So 5 credit cards with about 8 transactions. So 5 and 8. App accounts, this would be like cash account, Venmo, that sort of thing. This client doesn't use those, so we can skip that. E-commerce accounts like Shopify, they're not utilizing that. Traditional loans, they do have traditional loans. We have bank loan here. And then we actually have 2 loans listed as assets. So loan here and loan here. Oh, here's loan disbursement. All right, so 4 loan accounts that we're touching for a total of 8 transactions. So 4 and 8. Line of credit. They do have a line of credit right here. So 1 and 2 transactions. Merchant cash advance. They have one of those. So 1 and 3. And no other loans to deal with. So next question. Do we have items that are not linked to bank accounts? This client actually doesn't. But if you had something that was that you couldn't link inside QuickBooks, for instance, if you have a mortgage that you couldn't link through automatic feeds, or there's any number of things that may not be linked with automatic feeds, you can add those here, and you'll see that it's the same screen as automatic, but because you're doing manual work, these charge a little bit more. All right, let's go to the next question. Payroll. I will not be processing payroll for this client, so no. Inventory. They're a service business, so they don't have any inventory. Other financial services. So there's all kinds of opportunities here to click financial services that we would add. For this particular client, they're utilizing a fractional CFO, so that person will be providing these services, not me. So right now, I'm not going to select any of these. And even though I selected yes, all of these are turned off. So I can just move to the next question. Do we offer or do we provide any other services that have not been included? If we said yes here, we walk their dog every other Thursday. We could put that here. Walk dog, and we charge $25 for that. So that would add $25 to other services. We don't in fact do any other services for this client. So I'm just going to remove that and move on to the next question. And then this asks me, do we want to do any upcharges or discounts? We actually offer 3 types of upcharges and 1 discount. So is it a challenging industry? Are there multiple companies or multiple properties? Multiple properties is particularly good if you have a real estate client. Are they a difficult client? Meaning that they're more demanding than others and they need a little bit of a surcharge for that. You can put that here. Or do you want to offer a discount? You can put that here. For instance, if we wanted to put a 10% discount here, we do that and it lowers it by 10%. Here, if we said that this is a challenging client and we want to add 10%, we do it here. If we say it's a really challenging client, we put 100%. I'm not going to add any, I'm not going to do any upcharge or take any discounts right now, just to demonstrate the tool. And what we can see is it's recommending that we charge $542 per month. $125 of that is automatic transactions. And the difference between this and this is the data that we put in on the front side, which would be the chart of accounts, the number of receivables, the AP, the fixed assets, that sort of thing. All right, so let's save and close. And here we have Summary Co. recommended $542. Now let's say, for instance, that after doing my interview with Summary Co., I find out that I need to do 3 months of historical cleanup with them. Not a problem. All I've got to do is click in here and I'm going to edit this client. I'm going to come down to the bottom for historical cleanup, turn that on, and then I'm going to add 3 months. Save that. So we would go to them and say, $542 per month is your flat rate quote. And in order to get your books cleaned up, we're going to charge $1,131 on the front side, and that will get you where you need to be to start managing your books on a monthly basis. I hope you found this video valuable. Everything we do at FlatRateQuote.com is designed to make your life easier and more efficient. If there's anything you can think of that would make this tool better, please send me a message and let me know so that we can build it into the next version. This is just version 1. I've got big plans for version 2. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this valuable. Everything we do at FlatRateQuote.com is designed to make your life easier and to prove the value of flat rate. Hey there. Hold on. That we would say, all right. Don't you love the arms?